Capricorn, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead, my friends. How are you, my Earth cousins? I hope you're well. Thank you so much for clicking here. And there was a whole pile of people that showed up last night, overnight. So if you have a Capricorn placement and you are here, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to say hello. We are going to go with a little bit of a tower of oracle decks here. We're going to start with the archetypes deck, and we will move to tarot. And we'll find out what's going on for you in the week ahead. Now, if you've never been here before, please know that my readings don't have dates or times. And that's because time is fluid. And so whether you find this today, tomorrow, or next year, it could resonate with you regardless of the date, right? So let's find out what's going on for Capricorn, please. What's going on for Capricorn? Capricorn, if you're the ride or die, thank you so much for showing up and the thumbs up and all those things that you always do for me. I appreciate you. All right, so we have the Judge here come up in the upright. It says the light attributes are balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. So I feel like you are someone who really enjoys when things are in balance and are not a fan of things being out of balance. It says balancing justice and compassion. So compassionate justice is a thing that not a lot of people have. Some people are just in the mob mind frame, right? So I feel like you could have a Libra placement possibly. And to me, the air signs, usually when they show up, because it's, you know, the King of Swords, is usually like a judge or a magistrate or someone who's a police officer, someone who's interested in the well-being of others while balancing justice and compassion, it says here. So managing fair distribution of power. So you're somebody who doesn't like to see that people are being taken advantage of. You don't like when governments have too much power. You don't like when, you know, the people in the grocery line have too much power and start yelling at the clerk. Like, I feel like you're a person who's invested in justice. We do have the Mentor. You could be that as well, passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. Oh, I love that. So you're not only the person who loves to give justice mixed with compassion, but you are also a mentor, and that's like tough love to me. You're somebody who people really respect you because you're someone who's very balanced, very compassionate, but will always go for the justice. And I feel like that's a really functional mentor. That's what I think here. All right. What else do we have here for Capricorn? Tell me about Capricorn. We have friendship. I think that you do this in friendships as well as any other relationships that you have here. It says, I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Someone may have taught you this. You may have a mentor who taught you this beautiful mixture of justice and compassion. So it feels like you do have a friend that's in your life for a reason, and they could be your mentor. And maybe that's why you decided to be a mentor to others. We have success. You're very good at it. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. So that is part of the compassion. So I feel like you're someone who is very much about compassionate justice, about love, and about success, about having success in that. But you like to see people win. You like to see them win in their own lives. And I feel like you are a person who kind of lovingly and kindly nudges people in the right direction. And I feel like you do that with your friends. Tell me what else we have here for Capricorn, please. Tell me about Capricorn. We have the Whale Spirit. It says, trust the great mystery. Card number 65, which is an 11. So trust the universe. Trust the things that you cannot see. That's what faith is. Faith is things that are hoped for, but you cannot see. So I feel like you're a person of faith. You're also like the whales are known as record keepers because they live forever and they never forget anything, right? Like they're very highly intelligent. They've got big brains. I feel like this trust the mystery is telling me that you don't need to know all the answers right now, that you have a really good balance of justice and compassion, and that you're a great mentor and a great friend here, I want to say. So it's like trusting the mystery is like card number 65 breaks down to an 11, which is like 11 is the master number. 1111 is the representative of the universe, right? Also that you get a lot of balance in knowing that you don't have to know everything. We do have there is always enough. Oh, I love that. I love this card. It's one of my favorites in this deck. The koi fish, right? Have you ever sat and watched the koi fish? I was at our local zoo the other day, maybe not the other day, a couple weeks back, and I just get lost in watching the koi. And when they put them in bigger and bigger ponds, they get bigger and bigger. They grow to the size of their environment, right? We have card number 36, which is a 9. And so there is always enough. I think that you know, because card number 9 is the Hermit, I think that you have your light. I think that's why you are a mentor. I think you already have your light. And I feel like you are teaching friendships, you're teaching other people that you don't have to have all of the answers. All you need to do is grow with your environment. So just listening to the universe and growing with your environment, that there will always be enough, that the universe always has your back. I think that's what you're teaching your friends and family. It says, let spirit be your guide. There it is. Yeah, you're someone who's quite spiritual, who is listening for the universe. And I think this is somebody in your life taught you this, Capricorn. Somebody in your life taught you that you don't always have to have the answers, but you always should keep moving forward, and moving forward in a way that you would know that there's always enough. And so if you move in abundance, you will be abundant. I think that's what this person taught you, that you have a friend in your life who taught you this. Tell me more. Tell me about Capricorn. Tell me about Capricorn. We have solitude. Again, we have number 9, right? 36 is a 9, and solitude. I feel like somebody here taught you something, and it's made you quite spiritually well off. Like, I want to say you found your light, because the Hermit is someone who's highly spiritual, right? They spend time alone and by themselves, and they go over themselves. They're not worried about what's going on in the world. They don't need a perspective from the corporate world, from their friends. They don't need anyone else's perspective. This is someone who chooses to be in solitude, who chooses to be by themselves. And that's where I feel like you learn that you are enough. We are, by the way, at the end of cycles. I feel like something is about to change for you, and maybe that will come up in the tarot. We do have victory and success. Something is about to change for you, my friend. You're about to get reciprocal energy in something that you've been hoping that you would have victory in. I feel like that's around the corner for you. We do have harmony. It could be something that has to do with a connection with somebody that you are sweet on. Maybe it's a new connection that's coming. Take it as it resonates for you. Let's take a look at the cards. There we go. Let's get some tarot on the table. Find out what else is going on. Tell me about Capricorn, please, in the week ahead. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Capricorn. Tell me about Capricorn, please. Tell me about Capricorn. So we do have the 5 of Wands. We have the Chariot that just popped out here. You were holding back from your intuition. That's what it was. You were holding back from your intuition, but I don't think you are anymore. This is the near past energy. This is like yesterday or last week, right? The 5 of Wands tells me that you were holding back from making some sort of decision about really acknowledging your spiritual self, acknowledging that you do have, that there's someone on the inside of this. When you look in the mirror, who's behind the eyes? It's not the eyes that you're looking at, it's whoever is living behind the eyes. And that's when we start to realize that there is, like, we're like a glove. This body is like a glove. When the glove is laying there and the body has no spirit, it doesn't move, right? It's done. But when you put your hand in the glove, you can animate it, right? And that's kind of like what our bodies are. So I feel like somebody here is now getting victory with their intuition. I feel like you are more connected to yourself than you used to be, and it's because you've been spending your time, I feel, hermiting. And although you don't want to stay there too long, right? The hermit energies, like anything that's done ever in excess, no matter what it is, isn't good. And even spending time alone. So I feel like you are having victories, making decisions with your intuition. I feel like with the Five of Wands, for the longest time, you held back from making decisions with your intuition. But I want to say now that things are getting much clearer. In the present moment here, I feel like you are realizing that when you listen to the self and you move slowly and you move in a way that no one else can hear you or see you, and you're making decisions within the self here, I feel like with the Seven of Cups in the reverse, it's no longer confusing. It's now straightforward and practical. It's now the Six of Pentacles is like, now I'm getting reciprocity all of a sudden from people, from friends. I'm finding new groups of people, new supportive people who are giving me reciprocal energy. And I think it was because you had to get into this energy of being connected to the higher self. We do have the Two of Wands. It was a decision that you made. I feel like this energy of the Two of Wands is telling me with the High Priestess that you are now able to make decisions. Maybe before you couldn't, because the Seven of Cups might have been in the upright. Maybe you weren't a very good decision maker in the past, but I feel like, and I know this for sure, that I never have to ask someone else's opinion before I make a decision. I do my research for sure. I do my research, and if I need to enlist somebody who's a professional, I will, but I never ask anybody for their opinion on anything, because I know that they're going to give me their opinion that suits them, what they would do for their life, which isn't necessarily my situation. And I feel like I'm saying the same thing to you, that I feel like now you trust yourself. Now you trust your decision-making skills here. Tell me more. We do have the Moon energy, we have the Magician, and we have the Ten of Wands. Look, more is to come. I don't think you realized yet that you are the Magician. We all are. You're the Magician, I'm the Magician, everybody is the Magician, right? The Magician is the first card after the Fool. When we have this new slate, this clean slate, and we are taking this new path, we're jumping in or leaping into this new way of life, this new cycle of life, this new chapter. I feel like the next place that we go is the Magician. The Magician gives us all the tools that we need to carry on through our journey, but understand that a lot of people stop right here. A lot of people don't get here. A lot of people stop right here. Okay, yeah, you gave me the tools, great. I got Pentacles, I got Wands, I got Swords, so I can talk. I got Pentacles for money, Wands, so I can take action, right? I've got Cups, so I can love people. But we have 1 and 2, right? This is the major arcana, which is on your way to being the Empress. So, which is card number 3. We do have the King of Wands, but a lot of people never really get to the Empress because they know they have the tools, but they don't use them, or they decide that they don't have the magic to use them. They decide that they're not capable of manifestation. They decide that it's hooey. If I think about something, how is it going to appear? It is magic. You call it to you with your energy, with your words, with your actions, the things you write, the things you think. So I feel like you made it to the High Priestess energy here, which is really lovely. And I feel like you are now making way better decisions than you used to make for yourself. And I think I've seen that journey over the last little while for you, Capricorn, that you've had this beautiful journey of getting to know the self. And I think now I know why, because you're spending a lot of time growing with your environment and spending time by yourself. So you've made some sort of a decision here. Tell me what this decision is, because the Seven of Cups tells me I'm no longer overwhelmed. I no longer am confused about what I want. What is it that you want, Capricorn? You want temperance, you want healing, you want balance. You want the universe to tell you when it's time to move forward to the next thing. And I think that in this High Priestess energy, you're now officially listening. I like that. Tell me about the Temperance card. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Look at that. You are now clear. You know the path. You know that you are the Magician and you've got the Ace of Pentacles in your hand. You can use any of these aces that you want. You've realized that you are the Magician. Tell me more. And we have the Five of Wands again showing up. Five of Wands is here. So I feel like even though you know that the path is open, the path is clear, There are opportunities out there. You've made the decision that you're going to take the opportunities to learn, to grow, right? Abundance is what the Ace of Pentacles is. And putting effort in, putting energy into it, and you're going to wait for the universe to tell you it's go time. I feel like now you're listening. Now you're growing with your environment, which is so, so important. So we have the Six of Pentacles here, and the Six of Pentacles is reciprocity. Now you find yourself a group of people to give you reciprocal energy, right? Practical, reciprocal, dependable, somebody who's going to pour into you like you pour into them. Maybe it's a group of people. Tell me about the Six of Pentacles, please. All right, we'll take the top ones here. We've got the Six of Cups. We've got the Tower. One more. One more for Capricorn, please. We have the Eight of Pentacles. So I feel like there's a realization here. And the realization is that I think with the Six of Cups is like you have a lot of memories from the past. You have a lot of nostalgia. And I feel like some of that nostalgia could end up being traditions with friends, traditions with family. It feels like there are people here who, in the Six of Pentacles, I feel like you're about to meet a new group of people, I want to say. A new group of people who will pour into you like you pour into them, and they're going to remind you of when you were a child, or a group of friends you had, or maybe they're going to end up being a really great soul group, a soul tribe for you. It's a realization that you are ready to put some sort of practical work into a new soul tribe here. That's what it feels like. So I feel like there is a realization that this is where I belong. This is where I belong. This is where I'm going to put all the hard work into here. This is what I want to perfect. I want to become really good in this group of people. Tell me about the Two of Wands here. Tell me about the Two of Wands. Why do we need to know about the Two of Wands? What are you preparing for? You're preparing to take some sort of path here. We've got the Six of Pentacles again, we've got the Six of Swords, and we have the Chariot. So I do feel like the decision that you're making is, I want to get to know these people. I want to be around people who pour into me like I pour into them, because you're the overgiver, right? You're the overgiver, so you want to be sure that when you're pouring into people that they're going to pour back. And I'm not saying that you always have to, it doesn't always have to be that way, right? Sometimes you're going to be in a position where you can bless somebody, right, with your energy, and they're not going to be able to give it back. And it's okay to do that, but you can't keep doing it. You get depleted, right? So you're making a decision and you're going down this path. There's movement here with the Chariot, and it's victorious. I feel like this group of people makes you feel inspired. Like they are, if you want to be a millionaire, hang out with millionaires. If you want to be king and queens, hang out with kings and queens. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like you're hanging out with people who are making you reach, for them. You're now in a different group of friends, because I feel like this is you've got somebody here who taught you about this way of spirituality, this way of decision making, trusting your gut. And I feel like now you're going out there and finding a group of friends who are like-minded, who work really hard on that same thing, who are always having realizations about, reciprocity and where can I give again, in order to bounce it off the universe and end up with those blessings. So I feel like you are finding a new soul tribe here. That's what it feels like. It's time for you to move away from some sort of old soul tribe that you were in, because I feel like it was chaotic there, and I feel like those people just wanted to take. I feel like they just wanted to take, and it's time to get out of there. It's time for you to get in the Chariot and go find your victory. It's time to move forward, get your energies balanced, and be with people who have balanced energy as well. Tell me about the Moon, the Magician, and the Ten of Wands. It does look to me like what you don't see coming is that you are finally going to realize, it feels like with this Tower, you're going to realize that you really are the Magician. Manifestation works. I will tell you that, or I wouldn't be sitting here reading with you today. Manifestation works, and I think that you're about to have a realization that manifestation does work. You're about to drop some burdens here. Tell me about the Moon energy. Cancer and Pisces. Tell me about the Moon. What is it that Capricorn does not see coming here? We have the Queen of Wands. we have the King of Pentacles, and we have the Magician. And I feel like what you don't see coming, that things that you don't see that are coming in the distance, is you're about to become the Queen of Wands. And guess what? I feel like in this new group of people, I feel like you are meeting somebody who is just like you, someone who mirrors you, someone who's going to teach you, be your mentor. And I feel like all of this preparation that you've done, being in this solitude and learning that there is enough and that you are enough, and learning about the universe, and this friend who taught you how to be in this sort of justice but compassionate sort of energy. I feel it all is leading up to a place where you meet somebody who is going to teach you, mirror you. You're going to mirror them as well. It does feel like this King of Pentacles tells me that the person that you are meeting is not only very good looking, very passionate, just like you, very good looking, very passionate, but they are also someone who is like you, because you're the Capricorn. You're the Queen of Pentacles. This is the King of Pentacles. I feel like we have a match here, which you don't see coming, that you have probably manifested, but you've probably forgot that you did, because I think you've been very engaged in growing spiritually. And I think that you realize now when this person shows up that you in fact are the Magician. Tell me about the Magician for Capricorn, please. We have the Five of Swords, we have the Three of Cups, and we have the Five of Cups here. So I feel like with this Magician energy, it's a reason to celebrate. And I feel like you have fundamental differences with people, but you're learning how to work through those things. I feel like they no longer make you sad. I feel like you now, when you meet people who would rather argue with you, start conflicts or confrontations, or confrontational type people who just won't give up ground, like people who want you to believe like they believe, you now can't be swayed by those people. Why? Because you're the Magician and the High Priestess. Guess what comes next? The Empress. You're growing, and I love that. And we have a reason to celebrate is that we do have the Five and the Three of Cups, which is 8. And I feel like when people are like this with you, you just walk away, because you're the Magician, and you know that you can bring to light, you're powerful. You can bring to light anything that you want, anything that wants you, anything that you want wants you. And I feel that you know that. There's no reason to argue and fight with people about their points of view, because you have a solid point of view. You know who you are. So I feel like it's a time to celebrate that you're figuring out that you are this Magician, and I feel like it helps you drop some sort of burdens that you were carrying. What are the burdens that Capricorn has been carrying up until now? We've got the Ace of Wands, we've got the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, and the King of Cups. I think that you thought that love was never going to find you, because the Wheel of Fortune being in the reverse is stuck. Like you felt like, fine, everybody's going to get theirs. I guess I'm going to wait for divine timing, and it's just never going to come for me. But I feel like those are the burdens that you've been carrying, that things would never work out for you. But guess what? We now have the third king in the room. I feel like the only king that we're missing here is the King of Swords, right? King, and king. Yeah, we're just missing the King of Swords. This person is going to talk to you. You're not even going to have to find them. They're going to find you. I feel like you're waiting on an emperor, my friend. I feel like this person, when they do show up, I feel is going to be someone who is going to, it's like you're going to be dropping the last of your burdens, because you're going to realize that you have manifested someone who's pretty darn wonderful. Someone who is solid, grounded, someone who is very protective, full of love, but also very serious, stoic, right, on the surface, who doesn't show their love to everybody, just only to you. Somebody who is very passionate, very good looking. And I feel like you are all of those things, because we can never manifest what we are not. We can only manifest what we are. And since you've been doing all of this work here, you've turned yourself into the Queen of Wands. I feel like, and you're already the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like that you have realized now that you are the Magician. Look, you can have whatever you want, Capricorn. You just have to put the effort in and the time, and you already have. Now you know how to manifest. I feel like you're no longer going to be engaging with people who have negative attitudes. You're no longer ever going to feel stuck, because the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, understand, is kind of an illusion, right? It's like it's going to arrive. It will always arrive at the right time. It's just that now is not the time. right? We know that it's going to arrive if we manifest it, but we just have to be patient for it. That's all. I feel like you are going on some sort of a new path with the King of Cups, or I feel like it's really the Emperor, really, because once the King of Swords shows up, then you have conversation. There it is. Yeah. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. I hope that was something you enjoyed, and I'll be back because I'm always back. Love you guys. Bye-bye.